How we
say
doing?
that, but nobody's actually here yet.
Oh, well. It's okay. Somebody will be dumb enough to stumble in here.
I suppose you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you don't have the ability.
Or is it just so slow?
We're trying to get
'Cause that
the
doesn't help
comments
us.
up on one that's closer to us as a monitor, so just bear with us. Why don't you watch that and see who's here?
Hello, Dennis White. Stacy Lyons, how are you, my dear?
Stacy has some cat photos and memes she'd like to share with us.
I just wish you'd take these broken wings and learn to fly again.
Okay,
Stumble, I
got
did.
it.
Dave Dowler's watching. Wait a minute, that's me.
We've finally figured out a way to see the comments and not have to squint. Hello, Jerry Moylan.
Jerry Moylan, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Denny. We are at work in progress.
Keith Bennett is watching.
Oh, thank God.
I wouldn't have been able to handle it otherwise.
Keith, your photos have kept us highly entertained lately, by the way.
Okay, Keith,
Pretty great.
the little girl with the father in the car, doing I'm Every Woman.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? Oh, well. You're in for a treat.
Alrighty. I just like seeing all the pictures of Keith with,
She says she squints as the...
Stacy, give me a fucking break.
But we can see it right here. We can't see it there,
It's
so...
low budge.
We're
What
on a
can I
low budget.
Holly Cantor is here.
What did you say?
What is sacrilege? Sacrilegious? I don't know, Keith. What is sacrilegious? I'd like to know. I like seeing pictures of the dogs that Keith walks. Oh, you have such the cutest clients.
Yeah, it's a nice little setup.
Oh, Stacy's blowing us kisses. Very nice.
Holly Cantor.
So, Holly, are you going down to P-Town? I noticed that you posted some stuff about whatever phase they're in. And I imagine a lot of our friends will be down there this summer. Riddles is in the
Hi, Casey
house.
Riddles. How are you, sir?
Executive producer Casey Riddles, who threw together the greatest promo we've had so far. And he may have been in the library, the executive library, aka...
That's where I do some of my best work, brother.
the baño, if you will.
Yeah, El Baño. It's slow.
Yes, his iPad is very, very, very slow.
Amongst other things.
So, Holly, you are going to be taking plenty of masks with you, which is great. I saw a bunch of pictures of
Kristen
pride
Day.
parties, pool parties with the boys, no masks anywhere, and that kind of freaked me out. So, want to make sure our friends and family are safe and whatnot.
And things.
And stuff and things. Oh, delicious sacrilege. All right. I'll buy that. Faux show. So we're going to talk about Back to the Future, which was inspired by Rice, our buddy Rice, who went through all 3 Back to the Futures yesterday.
Lisa Loudon is watching.
Hey, Lisa.
This thing is so slow.
Andrew Brown's here. So that's our inspiration, and it's been called the perfect movie by many. And they just had a reunion thing for charity.
Hi, Shelley.
On Josh Gad's
Tim Murray. Hello, sir.
Together Apart series, which, as annoying as Josh Gad may be, he's kind of brilliant in this. So
yeah, I gotta say, I
reunions,
can't.
they're pretty great. Just
I don't
FYI.
know. Josh Gad's a little much for me. He's what I would call overly over.
So Keith Bennett just said that your haircut looks like if Everlast joined Weezer. That's your look right now. Eric Schrody in Weezer. I don't disagree. Also, he's terribly handsome. Hello, Tim Murray. You just have to swipe, sweetie.
Oh.
What did you just do?
I ruined everything.
Michelle Walsh is here.
Like I always say, Welsh? It's my cousin.
Sorry, Welsh.
She was the
my
one who.
cousins are Welsh.
She was the one who had
Your
all
cousins
the
are Welshes.
zucchinis, and I said, "Ooh, that takes me back to a time when Nana Karen used to make the zucchini bread." And you know, my mother's side of the family. It's my mother's mother, right?
Okay. There was actually a good cook?
Selfie Projects. No, there wasn't. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. I love everyone, but you know, Irish families aren't really known for like great cooking, right?
True.
So, for like the
Meat,
longest time,
potatoes, repeat.
and vegetables were from a can. Like spinach. I never had spinach. Like I didn't know how spinach was grown for a long time.
Oh, Bob likes your hair. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. So, we never, there was like never fresh produce unless somebody had stuff that they grew at their house.
There's a lot of boiled vegetables.
So, you know, you get tomatoes, you get whatever somebody grew at their house.
Okay.
So apparently somebody had some zucchini vines. And my grandmother hit the jackpot for zucchini.
She was lousy
She had
with
so
zucchinis.
much zucchini. So she had to do something with it. And I just remember,
Zucchini bread.
oh, shredding that zucchini.
Yeah.
I shred that zucchini by hand.
Zucchini's kind of a wonder vegetable. However, you have to wring so much water out of zucchini to do what you really need it to do that it's almost not worth it. Like you got to get like that cheesecloth or whatever, and you shred it, and then you put it in there and just
Squeeze it out, yeah,
all the
yeah.
water out of it forever. You got to squeeze the liquid out of it.
It was
but
lovely.
If you can do it, they make delicious hash browns, and there's like
spaghetti too. Like
yeah, and it's
right.
pretty good for you. So.
The zucchini bread though. Let's get back to the zucchini bread, okay? So my grandmother makes this. I help her. I'm in like the 5th grade, okay? And I was in this kitchen slaving away over the zucchini. And I had never had it before. I loved it. I ate so much of it that I actually never wanted to have it again as long as I live.
Oh, you ate
I made myself sick.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. He does that now.
That's not funny.
But
It's not nice.
this is what I hear oftentimes as we're going to bed. Why did you let me eat that?
Yeah. I got a little problem with
Why
my.
did you let me eat all the cookies and cream
put
ice
the lid
cream
on it?
in
No.
the tri-state area?
Yeah, it's a little tough. It can be tough.
This thing is not showing the comments the way I need them to, so you're gonna have to put your phone on it, I think.
Jerry Moreland.
Rob Lind and Guy Fieri's love child. Holy Keith. That's funny. I'll show you who Rob Lind is later.
They ever kick your ass, Keith? Don't get out of hand.
Listen, Keith is
All right.
Keith's a tough SOB.
Yeah.
God, Keith, how long have we known each other, by the way? Since you were doing like loadout on Lansdowne, right? Isn't that how we met?
Am I supposed to be? Am I really
Yeah.
supposed to be looking this up right now?
You need to just put it where this is because
Right.
this isn't working.
Listen,
Alrighty.
guys, she's never satisfied.
That's not true.
She's never satisfied.
It's not true.
Never satisfied.
I was satisfied the other night.
Whoa, guy! Tell me about your escapades.
Just put it on so I can see the comments, for sake. Oh, I swore again. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, Kevin.
I'm trying to keep it clean over here.
So,
You know what I mean over
one
here?
of the reasons we're trying not to swear, by the way, is we have something coming up where we may be broadcasting on other platforms.
Thank you, Lewis Warren. Guitars
Can you
are
turn
awesome.
the volume down?
Technology.
Nope, other way.
That's the other button.
Alright. And then just put it right there so we can read them all, please. Get it done. Put it right in front.
Oh. She's.
Oh,
I think she's
my
about to blow
goodness.
people.
And not in the good way.
And I don't mean blow people. I mean she's about to blow, comma, people.
Is that a lefty
Lot less fun.
shreddy Van Halen special, Andrew Brown?
They're not. It's the reverse camera.
Yeah,
So
they're not lefties.
no, they're not lefties.
We do not have, we have
They're
the
not
mirror
lefties.
image.
They're right-handed guitars.
Why is there a big piece of tape
Because that's holding the, it's actually holding the pickup in place because I had to take the ring off because I am going to route out this guitar so that the Floyd Rose can go both ways.
His lips are moving and he's talking, but I have no idea what he's saying.
Because that's how I like it.
Because I'm not a guitar nerd.
Speaking of...
Why is the comments format different? I'm so confused. Is it different? Are the comments different? What's happening?
Ooh, tell us.
Who's comma?
Who's comma? Who's capulos?
So we're here to talk about Back to the Future.
I've never seen it, so I don't really know anything about it.
We were just discussing some of our favorite parts of Back to the Future. And maybe a few little trivia nuggets, although I'd really like for you guys to stump us on trivia for Back to the Future.
Put it out there. We're going to wait. We're going to be more patient.
Oh, I guess Facebook changed the comments, which is interesting. Sorry. Like I said, we're going to try to be on different platforms.
I don't know what that means.
The sooner we can maybe not depend on Facebook for everything, the better.
Are they still in English?
I believe so. Maybe they just come from a different direction. I'm not sure. But I'm sure the people will tell us. You can change things evidently. So somebody should, let them know about that. I hate manure! That is a great line from Back to the Future. I posted 2 memes today, which were really funny. The scene where were they Libyans?
Yes, of
Which
course.
is funny. Where the Libyans came looking for their plutonium, or for their bomb,
They
rather.
found me!
I don't know how they found me. And then, of course, you
On the
see
side of his
on the
truck.
side of the huge truck says Doc Brown Productions.
Industries or whatever, yeah.
Industries, whatever. Which I thought was really funny. And then the other one was that, they don't want to mess up the space-time continuum, and they don't want Marty wearing certain clothes in the Old West or in 1955, especially his sneakers. Yet somehow the hoverboard is fine. We're going to take the hoverboard anywhere.
I'd never give the hoverboard up.
And
ever.
then, how people's minds were so blown that it was the hoverboard by Mattel, and it was like, is it a real thing? It's like, no, it's not a real thing. It's still not a real thing.
The sneakers that are featured on that movie, which is the second one, right? The future one? The future?
Yes.
Okay. So Marty gets a pair of Nikes, and they are called, I think they're called Air Mags. M-A-G-S.
Yeah, my buddy.
You put them on, and they lace themselves. Like they actually made those.
The self-lacing.
And they lit up underneath and stuff. And this is before like the light-up sneakers came out, like
That was pretty cool,
close to
though.
20 years ago or whatever. And I had a chance to buy a pair.
Oh, what time is on the clock just as the movie starts?
Oh, and they're all right? It's all the different clocks, and you hear the ticking, and all the clocks.
Oh, so you're not talking about the clock on the clock tower, Casey? You're just talking about the...
Which clock? It begins in a room full of clocks.
Oh, well, it's in the morning. I know that.
And the alarms are all set together.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. You've totally stumped me.
I think it's like 6:58. What time is it?
Casey, tell us. What time is it? Hi, Diane.
I love that he pulls out the tiny little, it's like guitarcito. It's a tiny little guitar.
Oh, the one he does.
The tiny little guitar.
Yeah, and he
right?
stands in front of the
And
world's
it's
largest.
like a practice. It's like a little
speaker.
practice guitar
Yeah.
that you could take on the road or whatever. They used to advertise for him in all the magazines, and he plays that one. He cranks everything up. He cranks that one.
7:53
Ah, okay.
in the morning, which makes sense. And do we remember who told Marty that his band was just too loud when he was trying out for the talent show? This should be an easy one. Yeah, so Alex is saying what the same thing that happened with the iPad is that the comments are only coming up as you touch the screen, which is bananas. So
Sorry about that.
we're looking at that on the TV instead.
Chiquita. It is Chiquita, right?
Oh,
I'm
the
sorry.
guitar?
Yeah, it is
called
Chiquita.
Makes
I didn't think it would be because of the bananas, but it's, yeah.
All right, so who told Marty his band would not be in the talent
There you
show?
go. Kevin Tachi.
Kevin Tachi gets it right. It
Huey
was a
Lewis.
Huey Lewis cameo.
You guys are just too loud. Like,
Now, Power of Love, which is the song,
mm-hmm.
was not written specifically for the movie. They wanted a song. Huey Lewis was huge at the time.
Huge.
And they were like,
This
you
is
can,
right
you
after
can just
Sports
have
came
this
out?
one.
Like a little while after Sports came out, right?
Oh, what was the name of the school principal who was at the school during both Marty and his parents' school days?
You slacker.
Yeah, he called everybody slackers. I don't remember his name though, but he was
Just
awesome.
like your father.
That actor was
He was also the
amazing.
commanding officer on the aircraft carrier in Top Gun.
Oh, that's right.
I
See,
forget. I don't know the actor's name.
Yeah. But I love that when they go back wrong, they go back to the wrong future, and somebody else is living in the house, and the principal is like got a shotgun and like a full like bulletproof vest on and stuff. And
Like
you're
things
just
aren't so
oh my
good in
God.
that future.
And he's like shooting people, and yelling slacker. Joan Jett. Joan Jett was in a movie with Michael J. Fox not too long after this.
And it was a music movie, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was called The Light of Day. Thank you very
Did
much.
somebody have a drug problem in that or an alcohol problem?
And the song was written by who wrote The Light of Day for the movie?
Joan Jett.
I believe it was Bruce Springsteen.
Oh.
And I don't even like that dude, but I knew that.
Oh, you gotta like Bruce.
What
Maybe
two metal bands have a direct connection to Huey Lewis? Oh, I like this.
a direct connection to Huey Lewis? Okay, well, he went to MIT.
Okay.
Lewis. Man,
I don't know.
I don't know
I
that.
believe I've officially been stumped.
Tell us, Keith.
Who was originally meant to play Marty? That would be Eric Stoltz.
Really?
Yes.
I think that would be weird, looking at him and Leah Thompson.
But they starred in a movie together,
Some Kind of Wonderful.
so there you go. It all worked out in the end.
Yeah. Miss Amanda Jones.
I want to know who by the way, such an underrated movie. I want to know who the direct connection metal bands to Huey Lewis are.
I'm gonna say Megadeth is one of them, just for fun.
Really?
Dave Mustaine.
Okay.
Marty.
Oh, who originally was supposed to play Doc? So it wasn't Jim from Taxi?
I think it was actually supposed to be Albert Einstein, but he was dead at that time, so.
That's not
couldn't,
funny.
do that.
But yeah, no, I just knew Eric Stoltz. I don't know who was supposed to play Doc. Actually filmed with Stoltz for a bit before he got fired. Yes, I did know that. Totally wrong for that part, by the way.
He doesn't have the charisma that Michael J. Fox has.
Who's the U-boat commander? Wasn't that from that?
No, that's from Risky Business.
Oh, that's from Risky Business. I always mess that up.
Why is he wearing? Is he in the
Why-
Coast Guard?
Yeah, he's like, why is he wearing a life
preserver?
vest or a life preserver? I always confuse that with Risky Business.
I
Who's
love
the U-boat commander
the kid-
when they pull the Porsche out of the
The
water?
kid falls out of the tree. Marty falls out of the tree. She hits him with the car. He hits his head on the ground. He's out.
Yeah.
They bring him in the house. Okay?
Right.
What name does she call him
Oh, that's easy.
before even talking to him?
That's easy. They'll get that. By the way, Jeff Goldblum was originally supposed to play Doc, according to Jerry Moylan. Which is interesting. I wouldn't hate that. He could do a little,
that would be
that's very interesting.
that would be good in so many different
ways. I can't. He's awesome. I love him. Clover.
His first band, Clover, toured with Thin Lizzy, and he would join them on
Ah.
stage every night to play Dancing in the Moonlight. Wow. Well, Keith is the biggest Thin Lizzy fan I know, so I will take that.
An Armored Saint.
Wow.
Oh, they're in the Harder Rock and Roll video.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, those LA bands really, whatever. They
Oh,
got
and
style.
they
They really
know
pack
that.
a lot of style, right?
Good to know.
Yeah.
See how much we're all learning together?
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
About the hoverboard, by the way, I almost got into a huge fight with Rice today about the hoverboard. He was like, well, and the hoverboard's impossible.
Kevin Sachi and Holly.
Oh, they got it. It's Calvin
Calvin.
Klein.
She starts calling him
She
Calvin.
starts calling him Calvin because of his underwear.
Like, yeah, because he has Calvin Klein underwear on.
No designer underwear in the 50s. Sorry, people. So
Who the hell's Kennedy?
the idea of mayor. It's Goldie who becomes the mayor.
Jay Johnson,
Like
how are
the
you,
sound
sir?
of that. Couldn't you make a hoverboard with drone tech at this point?
You wouldn't be able to lift a full-size person, though.
Well, not right now, but I'm assuming they're going to make a powerful enough
And then
one
what happens
that
if,
would,
like,
right?
you'd have to strap into it?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were powerful enough to
We
lift
could
you
just
off the
have
ground,
a remote or something.
if your
that
foot slipped
guide
and
you.
went into the rotors, it would cut it off. So you got to think about these things before you just willy-nilly make a hovercraft.
Okay, in the beginning of the movie, what is the brand name of the dog food that Doc's mechanical device pours into Einstein's bowl? I would say Alpo, but I could be totally wrong.
Chuckwagon. Yeah, it's Alpo, I think, actually.
Is it Alpo? Come on, Casey. Let us know. I like this. I like being asked questions. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
cool.
the tables being turned and whatnot.
Right.
Can you do a little more Jeff Goldblum?
Yes. because-
Especially with the glasses on. You're really
well,
good.
it's delicious. It's
Magical.
magical.
Have you guys seen Jeff Goldblum's series that's on the Disney Plus channel app, if you will?
It's just, it's too
It's
much
almost
in a
too
way.
much. Like a little bit of
It's-
Jeff Goldblum goes a long way.
Calcan.
Oh, Cal.
Was it Calcan? Did
Okay.
Casey ask the question?
Yes, he did.
We're getting down to it, aren't we?
Yeah, those are really specific.
Hey, what kind of guitar does
You know what this is? This is Casey watched the movie today and took notes.
I didn't
That's
watch the
what
movie.
This is. We
I
didn't
haven't
watch
seen the movie
movie.
in quite some time.
Yeah,
actually.
it's been a while since we've watched the movie.
How about Robert Zemeckis, kind of insinuating that Chuck Berry took rock and roll from a white boy and made it into rock and roll.
Well, if you believe
This is your cousin, Marvin Berry.
But if you believe in the space-time continuum, it's still Chuck Berry.
Influencing Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
Nobody,
So it's
nobody,
just a loop.
nobody, nobody taught Chuck Berry nothing. He taught himself, So,
But that is a cute little. It's a great time travel movie. You have to admit.
yeah. And the nuts and the flux capacitor. What is that?
Fluxing.
Fluxing. What is? Isn't there a
How many gigawatts? Is it 121?
No. 1.8 megawatts. Yeah, I can't remember.
I thought it was 121.
The flux capacitor. Isn't there a place? If you look up something on Google, it'll take you,
Yes,
and it takes
yes.
you directly
Yeah.
to the flux capacitor fluxing.
And how did Doc get the inspiration for the flux capacitor? He hit his head in the bathroom. I think on the sink. And when he woke up, he had the idea for the flux capacitor. But that's where the original date of the time travel comes from. He puts that date in, the date he sort of invents the flux capacitor. 1.8 gigawatts. It's not.
Yeah, 1.21.
Okay, it is 1.21. I just said 121. So shoot me. A lot of people, it's funny, we talk about the butterfly effect, and if you go back in time and you change one thing, you could be completely screwed.
Right.
And there's this theory that 2020 has been fucked with by time travelers, and they keep coming back and trying to make it right, like getting rid of Trump or COVID or whatever, and they keep it up and making it worse.
Murder hornets!
I swore again, sorry. But the murder hornets are gone now, right? You don't even hear about them anymore, so maybe that one worked?
But at least I think it's just because murder hornets are actually, they're not, I mean, their name is like, it's like a misnomer. Murder hornets are actually very courteous, and they could see that we as humans are having a hard time, and they're just giving us a break. So, but next summer, all bets are off.
But you know, we've got the lion's mane jellyfish or whatever they're called.
Yeah, enormous purple jellyfish.
And now there's some
they can
sort
get
of
up to 6 feet across.
There's some brain-eating thing that you can catch at the ocean now as well. And
Oh, and don't forget that COVID actually causes, in some cases, it can cause a brain damage, like a special. It's a special brain damage.
and then of course there's some sort of wolf bat. I guess there are lots of things. The anxiety level collectively of the country.
Let me tell you
is
something.
Sky high right now.
My chemical is all messed
fire
up.
ants too. Yes,
All messed
fire
up.
ants. Hey Pablo, can we talk a little bit about that?
What?
Just the fact that like our baseline, we have anxiety, right?
Right now I'm having anxiety.
But 2020 has sprinkled hot fudge.
Oh,
and,
it's dread.
Cherries and nuts and whipped cream on top, and we're just drowning, right? Anybody else who has behavioral health issues, my heart goes out to you. This is not a good time for any of us.
She's like, please feel bad for me. Dave and his brood are just, they're mental cases.
Yeah, well, I've never said that.
Out loud to me. Not more than 6 times.
It's just a lot to live in a house with a lot of people that have behavioral health issues, that's all. It's not easy. And sometimes are better than others. Alex says it's so bad that she's playing Animal Crossing. That's how bad it is. By the way, Animal Crossing, Gary Whitta, who is the screenwriter for Rogue One, kind of our favorite Star Wars movie,
Pretty good one.
hosts a talk show in the middle of Animal Crossing on Twitch. You should check it out. It's all
It's
just avatars.
Avatars. We watched Sting perform on the show.
Yeah, he just like picked up a guitar and
He
started
was
singing.
doing.
Nobody else
He
can do
started
it.
singing
I
Roxanne. He did a bunch of songs.
Yeah,
And it was
it's
like,
crazy.
this is Sting hanging out at his house, doing songs for everyone.
So it's the most brilliant thing is that Gary Whitta, who's the screenplay writer, just created his own talk show inside the game, and he has people on. He had the night he had Sting on. He also had Kevin Smith on, and they're all just like, "Oh my God, Sting is singing!"
And
like,
their
it's
little-
the craziest thing. It's
Their
really
little,
cool.
their little avatars are hilarious.
The North Faces are here. Keith wants to know,
Hello, Melanie.
hands up, who got drunk on Listerine in April naked and weeping on the back porch? Oh, I think we know exactly who did. And I think his initials are KB. But yeah, like what is everybody doing to cope? I'm reading like ridiculous stuff. I have like Kindle Unlimited, and right now I'm in the middle of this huge like wizards and witchcrafty Harry Potter but not Harry Potter thing.
Soft porn.
Listen, I've definitely done the lady porn Viking and
Scotsman.
Scottish Highlander time travel thing. Not gonna deny it. This stuff, lady porn is the best. Because
Every damn night.
on the telephone, this is lady porn. Women, we need our imaginations and we need the written word. Men need visuals, full stop, that's it, that's all they need. We need like a story. We still need the hot dude to throw us up against a wall and make mad passionate love to us, but time travel's cool, or just, Scottish dudes in general.
Guys, she just likes to have her soft porn mixed with some meat and potatoes, I guess.
Right. Like, I just, I need some intelligence. I need an actual plot for my porn. But that's why we call it lady porn. That's it. But so that's been helping me cope. What else?
Jerry Moylan, are you writing a book?
Serious novel writing. Yes, Jerry is writing. Jerry, did you finish? Jerry Moylan, our friend Jerry, has an amazing story, by the way.
Sorry to hear about your puppy.
Oh yeah, we were very sorry about the loss of your fur baby.
Beloved puppy.
I apologize, or I don't apologize. I feel terrible.
Why,
It's
did
awful.
you do something?
I did nothing. I did nothing. But he and Philip had 2 beagles, I believe, and this was the second one that they lost since I've known Jerry. So I feel terrible about that. Jerry Moylan was booked on one of the 9/11 flights. He still has his ticket. He changed his flight in the airport that morning. And he just has a fascinating story, and he's writing a book, if this is the book he's talking about. Yeah, so people are writing. People are obviously, if they have an instrument, they're playing. I know that Sean O'Brien, is it safe to say that you're cooking and that's helping you? Because I see lots of amazing photos of the yummy food that you're cooking. I wonder if that's helping you.
Keith Bennett. With the kind of like the Miami Vice vibe to it, Keith. You know what we're talking about, right, buddy?
What else are people doing? By the way, it's my daughter and Dave's stepdaughter's 16th
I step on her
birthday tomorrow.
occasionally. It's only occasionally I step on her.
She's turning 16 tomorrow, people. I am not ready. Also, it's kind of a big birthday. It's kind of a milestone birthday,
Is that
right?
when we can kick her out?
No, I think that's 18.
Oh.
Also, she's going to be the one that leaves on her own.
Soon as it's available, she's like, yeah, I booked myself a flight to Bora Bora.
So, what can we do? We can't have a big, huge Sweet 16 party, right? There's still a pandemic, and despite what everybody else wants to tell you, it's still a big effing problem, and you still should not be out in groups. So we've decided to recreate the Kendall Cafe, in a manner of speaking. She was named after the Kendall Cafe in Kendall Square, Cambridge, R.I.P. So we don't have a yard. What we have is a driveway. So we're gonna put turf down, and Dave went out and got a tent, and we're gonna have a table and chairs, and her and 3 of her closest friends are gonna come over, and they're gonna do some social distancing. And I made ice cream pies. Hey Tracy!
Ice cream pie.
Ice cream pies. I made 2 of them. They're pretty dope. Also, they'll
right here.
have like individual cupcakes or something. So, the weekly live streams, including you guys, are seriously also a lifeline.
Well, thank
you,
you very
Sean.
much,
You've said that
Sean.
before, and we're so happy that we're doing it and that people are actually watching, which is really nice. Especially because we're not doing trivia anymore. We're certainly not going out and doing trivia anymore. And I've been furloughed from radio for so long that the creativity that you're used to doing several times a week and then nothing, it's devastating. So we started doing this, and I also do the podcast with Pablo called the Angie and Pablo Show, and that's definitely helped a lot. And I love hanging out with you guys on Wednesday nights too. That's the other thing. Like, we could pre-record this and it would stink. Because we need to be live. Like, we need to talk to you guys.
You never know what will happen when we're live. I mean, anything could happen. Could I get a word in? Could I get a word in?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Is this supposed to cheer people up? Jesus H.
Go right ahead, buddy.
Jim Pericotti rhymes with manicotti.
Hi, Jim.
In the house. And now I'm not even going to get into that whole you and Pablo thing.
Are you jealous?
I might be a little teensy bit jelly.
So I'm doing the Worst Talk Show weekly live video streaming with you, and yet you're jealous of me doing a weekly podcast with Pablo?
You need to spend all of your free time with me.
I do spend all of my free time with you. I literally.
Oh, is that what's wrong with us?
I literally sneak out into my car in the driveway to do the podcast with Pablo because it's the only silent,
quiet. It's an
quiet
oasis.
place
It's an oasis.
is in my car.
We're actually in our car right now. This is just a green screen.
So Keith says he's helping to cope by working out. He says he's up at 5 a.m., push-ups, pull-ups, will walk around the park before going to work, power walking on the way home. That's pretty cool.
Then he has to steal one or two of those dogs, bring them to the dog place where he keeps all the dogs that he's stolen, and take pictures with them all.
So another great question.
Dog napper!
And Casey just asked it, but we talked about it earlier. Dave, why don't you ask the question about when he's pretending to be a person from outer space to inspire George to be a science fiction writer, and he dresses up in a suit and he puts his Walkman headphones.
He needs to put the fear of God into George.
George McFly.
That's right. So Marty dresses up in the
It's supposed
the
to
nuclear
be
out. It's supposed to be a nuclear outfit. It's
It almost looks like a beekeeper suit.
No,
whatever.
but remember, because Doc needed plutonium
Oh, that's right.
to
Yeah,
get
so-
the car to go.
I
So
forgot. That was in the car.
so he had the radioactive suit,
Gear,
the mop
yeah.
suit, I think they call it, and so he put it on, and Marty slips the headphones. He's got a Walkman. He slips the headphones over his father's ears.
And wakes
he
him up with the song.
Cranks it up. It's
He hits play.
who is playing when he cranks it up?
Yeah, he's playing a very specific. It's not a tune so much as it is a solo.
Yeah.
But it's a very recognizable musician. Who is it?
And it's awesome. That it's like a torture device.
And of course, what does he refer to himself as? Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan?
Vulcan.
Yeah.
I'm Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. So he mixes Star Wars and Star Trek right off the bat.
Lewis, are you 100% correct?
I believe that is
yes,
true.
Yes. So it's Eruption. It's Eddie Van Halen, which is the beginning of You Really Got Me, right?
Yeah, yeah. And when that came out, is that Van Halen 1?
Hey, kids,
So 1979 or so? Van Halen 1?
We just went through all the Van Halen
Oh,
albums
man.
in the car, too.
Somebody help me out. Anyway,
Um,
people hadn't heard a whole lot of that before that.
No,
To be fair.
Isn't that on Women and Children First?
No.
No, Eruption is on. It's not on 1984.
No.
What's the thing before Jump?
That's 1984, it's called.
It's called
Okay.
1984. Okay.
And that has, like, the keyboards in it and stuff.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about Eddie Van Halen, and an observation of mine, if you will. Now, granted, Eddie at one point was married to Valerie Bertinelli, and that was a big thing. Wasn't Eddie Van Halen kind of the first rock guitar dude that seemed completely approachable and down to earth and like your next door neighbor?
Angie made the comment that, like, he always had a smile.
Always had a smile on his face.
He always had like a goofy smile on his face.
And jeans and sneakers, like the most
yeah.
heavy metal thing ever,
Mhm.
right? I always loved that about Eddie. It is Van Halen 1, so we've got that taken care of. Of course, the two Jennifers of Back to the Future, because the Jennifer, I don't know if there was some dispute where her agent was trying to get her more money, and they were like, "Screw you, we've got Elizabeth Shue." But she shows up on the reunion. She's like, "Hey guys, how come nobody invited me?"
What did that other girl
That
go
was
on to
funny.
do, though?
Nothing, as far as I know.
She's no Elizabeth Shue, I'll tell you.
And even though Crispin
No,
Glover,
sorry, Bob.
I don't think Crispin Glover was in the sequels either, but they fudged it and made it work. He's always got something over his
Hey,
face.
you! Get your damn hands off her! Now, Biv.
When he drinks the milk.
How about when he laughs?
When they're
Oh my
in
God.
Marty's house before he's time
Now,
traveling,
Biv.
and she slams down the cake because Uncle Tommy didn't make it out of jail,
He
didn't
make
make
bail.
parole again or whatever,
Yeah.
jailbird, and then he goes back in time, and Uncle Tommy's in the crib. Get used to those bars. Like,
Yeah.
I loved stuff like
Little
that.
things
That
like
was
that.
great.
It was an awesome movie.
Or when he was like, "Oh, I love this one. I love this rerun. It's a classic." And the kid goes, "What's a rerun?"
Right.
You know, that stuff was pretty funny.
Oh, do you guys have a television too? And he's like, yeah, you know, we got like 4 of them. Oh, he doesn't. You know, I love that. No, that's over by the John F. Kennedy School over there. Who the hell is John F. Kennedy? The father says. I love that. Oh, man.
And the fact, we haven't touched on the fact that it's very prophetic. They predict...
Do we have to talk about if...
Well, no, I mean, they predict the Cubs winning the World Series, right? When he goes back in time with the sports almanac.
Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day, baby. I don't know about prophetic.
Including the clock tower. Save the clock tower! And then, of course, all the Biff stuff is just so foreshadowing Trump running our country. Isn't Crispin's role like super ironically subversive and to explore all art like James Franco on a soap opera? There's a lot to unpack there, Lewis. I'm going to have to get back to you on that. I missed my opportunity to meet Crispin Glover. He came up to the WFNX studios, and I believe I had gone home early or I was sick. I can't remember which. But Chris Kennedy made sure to get him to write me a note. So in my archives, I have a note, which is like under 1 million boxes, so I can't pull it out right now. But it says, "Dear Angie, sorry I missed you. Bye rat catching. Love, Crispin Glover." Because he wrote this book called Rat Catching and toured the country.
He was
so
not normal.
That's my Crispin Glover story.
Crispin Glover is still not normal. Did you guys see Happy Day?
Yeah, did you guys see the movie Happy Day?
Yeah, or Lucky Day.
Lucky
Is
Day.
it Lucky Day? Or Happy Day? I think it's Lucky
He
Day.
plays this psycho killer.
He would like to play like he is from France.
Only he's
like
not
he's
French.
Not from France.
Yeah. It's the movie's
Ooh.
terrible, but he's fantastic. But I hear he's just a very eccentric.
Do you remember
person.
when he was on Letterman?
Mm-mm.
I think it was Letterman. Way back. And he comes out, and this was before the 70s came back in the 90s, and he had like a tight t-shirt on and like long pants and kind of bell-bottomy, and he had like, I want to say he had like platform shoes on.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I want to say he started doing like moves, like karate moves.
Oh,
and he
really?
came close to kicking Dave in the face. Like, he was just out of control.
So
he
then
was
he was
totally,
never
and he was like,
invited
yeah, we
back
never had
again.
it back on.
Yeah.
Somebody look that up. Maybe I'm making it up. I
No,
don't know.
Lewis says it was like clogs. Like
Yeah, they were
kind
like
of
thick
platform
bottom.
clogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is interesting. Oh, Sean O'Brien met him at the Middle East when he did the rat catching tour. A sweet, super weird guy. Very nice.
Even
We're all
on,
connected, man.
how about on Charlie's Angels as the skinny man there, the thin man,
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah, that's true.
He was
does
pretty
seem
funny
to
in
pop
that.
up as a weird psycho killer from time to time, which is nice. He
Right.
totally roundhoused him inches from
Right,
his face.
and it was
yes.
like if he connected, it was not going to be good. And like I think they went to a commercial, and yeah, I think that's right. He did. He tried to hit. All right, so I didn't make it up. I remember seeing it.
What was your favorite Biff where he messed up a saying? Like,
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
But there were others, right?
How,
And the running gag of manure through all 3 movies is fantastic.
but how did he initially get them with the manure? Was that when he asked the little kid back in the 50s if he could borrow his scooter, which was a homemade scooter,
Right.
like a couple pieces of wood, some wheels, and then a box, like a peach box or something on it. And he took it and he tore the peach box off.
So now it's a skateboard.
Now it's a skateboard, and he Marty's good on a skateboard, so he eluded them, and got them to crash into a thing and the manure,
Yeah.
right?
And we find out later he just had the car detailed.
So Marty also invented skateboards,
Oh, right.
rock and roll,
Sure.
skateboards.
And Little Man's Disease. The whole running moral story of all 3 movies is that he couldn't let stuff go.
Right.
And
Let's talk about a little bit of a. How about the little subversive stuff in the movies? The first movie is their whole relationship is based on an attempted rape that gets foiled.
yes,
Biff is actually trying to rape Marty's mother
right,
in the car.
right.
And
Yet somehow me talking about the prophetic part of Back to the Future, and now you just brought the party way down.
yeah, but at least you can get a word in edgewise. You know what I mean? So.
And the fact that he almost hooked up with his mother,
Yeah.
which is Jeff Goldblum, awkward. All he wanted was a Pepsi, which is very true.
Pepsi free.
Oh, no, Pepsi free. Whatever.
No, you gotta pay for it.
Something
right?
without sugar. He puts a cup of coffee in front of him. I forget what else I was going to say about the other movies. Oh, so who plays Marty's boss? Needles. Who fires him. And then he has to fix it so he doesn't get fired and ruin his life. Very important musician, very big in the 90s, who played, I believe his name was Needles, and he was the one that was like, "You're fired. Help me." I mean, I know who it is, but I want to know if you guys know who it is.
Keith's giving us a little lowdown on Crispin Glover. A Crispin Glover rap sheet, so to speak.
I don't know that we need to know that much about Crispin Glover, frankly. No, this isn't the Western one. Or is it? Is the third one the Western one?
Oh, the one with Mary Steenburgen?
Yeah.
Mary Steam Engine?
Yeah, I mean, she's a great actress or whatever, but
Yeah, but
I'm not a big fan.
she
Oh,
said
that's
that
right. He had ordered a tab. I forgot about
Mary
that.
Steenburgen is like
who
Kate Bush
who
if she
plays-
wasn't sexy.
Who plays the guy that fires Marty? You guys don't know this for real? And I believe his name was Needles in the movies.
Isn't it Geddy Lee?
It is not Geddy Lee.
That's what Keith told me to say.
It is a member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Needles.
And he has a gap between his two front teeth.
Does he play the bass guitar?
Yes, he does. I believe his name on his birth certificate is Balzery. Might be Philip Balzery. But we know him better as Flea.
Jim Garibaldi.
Yep, it was Flea. Go back and watch the last movie. Remember when old Jennifer walks in and young Jennifer? I'm old, I'm young.
No.
That whole thing. Is that all we have on Back to the Future? I kind of feel like it is. And it's 8:17, so we're going to move on, unless anybody else has something they want to ask us about Back to the Future. Known in certain circles as the most perfect movie. I'm not sure if it's the most perfect movie, but it is right up there. Just in scope, casting-wise, story-wise, special effects-wise. Yes, Philip Michael Balzery. Thank you.
Hey, wasn't he in Miami Vice? He played Tubbs, didn't he?
That's Philip. Oh, no, I can't remember.
Philip
his
Michael
name.
Thomas.
Philip Michael Thomas. Whatever
Tubbs.
happened to him?
Tubbs. He went infomercials.
Okay. So I hate to go back to the skateboarding trucks, but that always bugged me. Because he couldn't actually maneuver. I'm assuming, because that's before they invented what the modern skateboard is, with the wheels and the
Now,
trucks.
remember, we're talking about a movie, Lewis, that is talking about time travel in a DeLorean. So, but the trucks on the skateboard is what's hard to believe.
You say this, but every time we watch a movie that's fantastical, you go, "Oh, that wouldn't have happened," and I'm like,
I never
"Honey,
say
there's a
that.
dragon in the movie." The suspension of disbelief
I never say that.
is important. You say that all the time.
Oh, my disbelief is suspended, baby. My disbelief is expelled.
Bobby
It's on double
Watson.
secret probation.
All right. So other things we want wanted to talk about this evening. Charlie Daniels died. Did anybody give a flying F? Because
One hit wonder Charlie Daniels.
Also, if you go to Charlie Daniels' Twitter page and you scroll down past the niceties, there's some choice tweets from Charlie.
Charlie's he's a law and order kind of guy.
And not a big fan of women.
Yeah.
Or women's rights.
Listen, the police are right, you know,
I'm
that
not
kind of
saying
thing.
he had, a certain flag in his house, but I wouldn't discount it either.
Wow.
So, as much as we all loved,
The devil went down to Georgia.
the devil went down to Georgia. Who one night I was drinking and I asked somebody to play it on the jukebox. Only I said, "Can you play the Devil and Daniel Webster song?" Not the same thing. And then yeah. I think
Hey, listen, good old boys is gonna be good old boys. You know what I mean?
But anyway. So I didn't really care about that. I don't know that anybody else did either. We've been watching Perry Mason. Still pretty good. Just wanted to let you know that. But more importantly, I finally watched Hamilton. Now here's the thing. I'm the a-hole that when the entire world thinks something is great and I haven't seen it yet, I go, I'm all set.
She is the a-hole.
I am that a-hole. Like, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't want any part of it. You guys all love it. You can sit over there and love it. And I'm going to be over here, and that's punk rock, and that's me, and F you. So, I wanted nothing to do with Hamilton except for the fact that my daughter is a Broadway nut job and was trying to get her to see it. I couldn't. It's the one part of the entertainment industry I literally have no juice in. And I was never able to get tickets for the original cast or tickets for any of that, for that matter. So it gets released July 3rd on Disney+, the film version of Hamilton. And I tell my daughter, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to drop you off at captain's practice. I'm going to go home. Nobody else is up yet. And I'm going to watch Hamilton. I said, but I got to tell you, I'm going to be shocked if I don't turn it off in 10 minutes. And she got pissed at me. And she was like, well, how can you make an informed opinion if you're only going to watch 10 minutes, Mom? That's ridiculous. And she made a pretty good argument. And so I was like, all right, I'm here. Hamilton, wow me. And I wasn't wowed. I did like the guy that played Lafayette. He's great. He's also in Snowpiercer, the TV show, which we really like.
He's like the main character, really. One of the main characters, yeah.
And the guy that played Hercules was great. Lin-Manuel Miranda, is that his name?
Yes.
He wrote this because he doesn't have a great voice. He's kind of squirrely to look at and listen to. And he basically wrote the greatest Broadway part ever for himself. And that's how Hamilton was born. And it's all, there's no dialogue really. It's all, there's a little bit of singing, but the majority of it is rapping, for lack of a better word. And right before the intermission, I picked up my phone and was like, doing stuff on my phone, occasionally look up, back on the phone, occasionally look up. It could not hold my interest. And so I posted on Facebook about it. I posted that, sorry guys, I gave the old college try, didn't like it. And I had to delete the post because so many people were trying to mansplain why I didn't like it. I was just like...
Now you see.
I don't need you to explain.
I still haven't seen Hamilton, and frankly, I don't care.
You know, I love musicals. I grew up on musicals. I loved them. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Kiss Me Kate, The Music Man. I mean, I know that crap by heart. Of course, there were movies based on musicals.
Caligula, that was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't actually go to the theater to see them. And I understand that this was going to Hamilton saving Broadway, but I was just like, I really just didn't thrill me. I'm all set. But I certainly don't need people to explain to me how out of touch I was, and that's why I didn't like it. I don't like country music, but I can tell you when a hit's a hit. You know what I mean? Like, there are lots of music genres that I don't necessarily like, but I hear a song and you go, yep, that's a hit. It's not my thing, but that's a hit. Hamilton?
She
No.
does that.
Sorry.
So-
that's it.
so
I'm
wait a
over-
minute.
I'm over that.
So you're-
I'm off my Hamilton soapbox.
So your final word on Hamilton is, it'll never go anywhere.
No, my final word is I should have stuck to my guns and shut it off after 10 minutes.
Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Randy. The hell is that guy doing?
But one of the things we were talking about that was really funny about Hamilton is that he wrote it so he could be in it. Now we were talking about other things that actors wrote because they couldn't get hired in movies, or they couldn't get the roles that they wanted. Rocky,
Yeah,
Sylvester
Sylvester
Stallone
Stallone.
wrote that, would not sell it, would not let them make it unless
He
they
was
cast him in the
started it.
role.
Yeah.
And then Dave mentioned
How about Billy Bob Thornton, Sling Blade?
Sling Blade.
You know?
Would we have known or cared? I mean, Smilf, the TV show Smilf.
Yeah. Frankie Shaw.
Yep. Seinfeld, I guess.
You know, Larry
I mean,
David and Jerry.
They were already
kinda,
pretty
you know,
successful on their own, but they wanted a TV show the way they wanted it, so they wrote their own, which I think is great.
Look at Kevin Smith. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's. You know what I mean?
He did
I
their
mean,
own
would they
stuff.
stick him in and like what would he be doing
Listen,
if he didn't write his own vehicle?
we wanted somebody to give us a talk show, so we just made
We're
our
just
own.
doing it.
For all 15 of you. But we love you, so that's all
But
that
who's
matters.
counting? I gotta take my shoes off.
There were some other things I did want to get to really quickly. I shared a video this morning, and a lot of you saw it. Modern English doing their quarantine/pandemic version of "I Melt with You."
It was good.
The lead
by,
singer looked
Abington.
great, full head of hair, looked really good. As Dave said, got rid of that ridiculous cap from the video, which I
Yeah,
thought was
I'm
funny.
not a big fan
Although the bass player or the second guitar player,
with the face
who
tattoos.
looked like Post Malone. I'm like, was this guy originally in Modern English?
He looks like he's old enough to
He
be.
might have been. At first I was like, ha ha ha, look at the one guy who's clearly not from the original lineup. And then I was like, oh wait, maybe he was and I've spoken too soon. I loved that. And I would like to know, who would you guys like for a band to get together and do a song now that really hasn't... I mean, yeah, Modern English will still tour and do those 80s tours or whatever, but there's got to be some band that you're just itching for them to get together and do a video for charity and whatnot
And things.
and stuff and things. But the Modern English song was great to wake up to this morning because let me tell you, it's only Wednesday and I've had a full week of rage. Like anytime I open up the laptop, it's just rage, rage, rage.
My head hurts.
What did they say about the bass player?
Sundays would be
The
good.
bass player looked bored. Yes, he did look bored. Oh, Rage Against the Machine. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We would really like that to happen. Like sooner than later. That would be great.
Haircut 100, Jerry. Love plus one.
Oh, nice. Where do we go from here? Is it down to the lake I fear?
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here we go.
Ray, Ray, Ray. Isn't that it?
I thought we were just supposed to cut it off then. I'm
Love,
sorry.
love, love plus one. God, that's such a good song. Oh, Rat, well,
Kajagoogoo. The Vapors.
yeah, turning Japanese, no. I don't think that would go over well. Gary McDowell, he's been there forever. In the 80s, he was the poofy, effeminate one. Oh, and now he's the Post Malone guy. Who knew? Thank you, Sean, for that. Very nice. I also wanted to mention, so I went to Salem State College. I worked at WMWM, Salem State College radio station, and one of my fellow students and pals that I worked with at the radio station is named Keith Knight. Keith with a K, Knight with a K. And he went on to write a comic strip called The K Chronicles. He was also in a couple hip-hop bands, including Marginal Prophets, based out of San Francisco. And he goes all over the country and does talks about racism. He's he's just a super, super cool cat. So there's a new TV show based on his life, and the first teaser trailer dropped today, I believe. It's on Hulu.
It's called
so
Woke.
if you have Hulu, go to the little search and just type in woke, WOKE, and it'll come up. And
It looks really good.
The main character is a comic book artist who, you know, is just sort of easygoing, and then an
Doesn't want to get
incident
involved
happens.
in politics or whatever.
And his character's name is Keith, Keef, which was Keith's nickname anyway. So I urge you all to check that out. Keith Knight is an amazing guy, and I look forward to seeing the whole series. And I'm so excited that happened for him. And check out the K Chronicles if you can; they're really, really good. Sig Sputnik. Do we really need to hear from Sig Sputnik again? Shoot it up. Fahrenheit. That's a no. Casey Reynolds. No. No. The worst talk show, the musical.
Overture, purple lights. This is it. We'll hit the heights. Sorry.
Starting here.
No more rehearsing and nursing apart. We know every part by heart.
I don't, clearly. Keep going.
Ah, it's from the Looney Tunes. I just remembered
Oh, is it? Okay. Tribe would be good. Einsters and Neubauten is a pass. Although they're still together, and didn't they book Gillette before this all went tits up?
Something was going on.
Pretty sure they did. Oh no, that was Rammstein. My bad. Rammstein. Oh, Hanoi rocks. R.I.P. Razzle. I'll have you know, I saw Michael Monroe at Axis. Thank you very much. Rock like bleep. I don't know. Who else would you have? You know who I'd like to do a song now during the pandemic and stream it is the Pixies. We can make that happen. I could,
What do you
yeah,
have?
I
Mouse in your
think I
pocket?
could
'Cause
text my former neighbor Joey Santiago and
yeah.
see if we can make that happen.
Yeah,
Let's
Kim's
get on it.
Kim's not taking my calls.
Well, Kim's not in the band anymore, and
Well,
hasn't
that's
been
not.
for quite some
Then
time.
it's not the Pixies, man.
There should be a tour with Rage Against the Machine and Consolidated. Nice. Who remembers the band Consolidated? So good. Michael Franti, and then he went on to Spearhead.
Disposable Heroes
Oh
of
no!
Hypocrisy.
I'm sorry. So he was in Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy, but Consolidated and Disposable Heroes were both big at the same time, and FNX was
What
playing
was the
them at the same time.
Consolidated song that I would
Consolidated
remember?
is not a consumer product. It was like this whole great song, like kind of industrial dance music or whatever, but with a message. Remember, they are not Fugazi. I miss Fugazi. Is that weird?
Sylvester.
I can't even tell you how many hours of my life were spent waiting in line so that I could eventually pay $5 to see Fugazi play in a gymnasium, and I don't regret a single moment.
Now, wait a minute. How about a band that you wanted to get back together, that did get back together, and we got to see them, and it was just kind of like,
Oh, you're talking about Jawbreaker?
yeah.
Okay, so here's the problem with Jawbreaker. I fell in love with Jawbreaker on the album Dear You. Unfortunately, true blue Jawbreaker fans had been fans much earlier than that, 24-Hour Revenge Therapy and even earlier, and their sound dramatically changed when Dear You came out. It was a very slickly produced record. I fell in love with it. It's still one of my favorite records of all time.
Yep, I got it on
But
CD.
the band's audience hated it so much that they would go see them, and whenever they started playing a song off that album, they would all turn around and face away from the stage. That's hardcore punk rock bull crap. So what I didn't realize is they were only going to play a couple songs from Dear You when we went to see them on the reunion tour, and I was very sad. I was very sad.
Plus, wasn't it like, yeah, we didn't really practice a whole lot.
No, it was very loose. It was not tight at all. They definitely, you could tell, like, there were not as many rehearsals as there should have been. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I remember, Casey, I remember that you were at Riot Fest in Chicago, and I wonder if that was better as a show because it was like a surprise for everybody. Zodiac, Mind Warp, and the Love Connection. Nice. Negasonic
Hello,
Teenage.
Kathy.
Who did the Negasonic Teenage Warhead song? Monster Magnet. Let's have Monster Magnet do a tune. and live stream it. I would like that very much.
Yeah, and to keep it on that really hard edge thing, I'd like Cat Stevens to come back and do like something nice, you know, as
He did come back.
What's his name?
Yusuf. I don't remember.
Something Yusuf?
But he did come back and do all his songs again at some point. There was more to that history, although it is really weird. Think Tree. We can make Think Tree. Krishna, the singer from Think Tree, would pop onto trivia quite a bit. He hasn't been on recently, but he's also a yogi and does a lot of yoga classes for people, so he's pretty busy. But I think we could make Think Tree happen. I think it's actually happening. I think they've been getting together and writing music and stuff, but don't quote me. But that would be nice. I'm going to mention that. Isn't what a Deadpool joke?
I don't know.
I missed it, Lewis. I'm so sorry.
Can we rewind? What did I say?
We cannot rewind, but it is now 8:34. We've gone 4 minutes over
Can you believe it?
our new hour-long format.
So what we've got to do is we got to cut some of that out. Sorry, honey.
So we're all going to go listen to Consolidated and Think Tree. What movie do you guys think from the 80s we should talk about next week? Give us some suggestions, please. Also, it has to be a movie that we've both watched. Somebody mentioned, what's the sports ball movie? Dodgeball. Somebody said we should do Dodgeball, and I'm like,
Nah.
I've never seen Dodgeball. I don't really care about Dodgeball.
I like dodgeball, but you know.
Yes, Think Tree Live was absolutely amazing. Oh, Jim Paracotti's going to be in our neighborhood Friday night? Well, let us know. You
Thanks
can
for the
drive
warning.
by and we can
We'll have
wave.
all the lights off, doors locked, shades down.
Shades down tight. So, as far as an 80s movie, at first I wanted to just talk strictly John Hughes, but I don't think that's really fair.
Nah.
Running Scared is good. I haven't seen that in a long time.
You just want me to do Michael McDonald.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Actually, if I could get you all to actually watch a movie, it would be Club Paradise. If everybody could watch Club Paradise and we can talk about it next week, I'm not sure if it's available streaming,
There you
so
go.
we'll have to
Waiting
check.
for Guffman.
But Club
Guess who's
Paradise
there though? Eugene Levy's in both of those
is
movies.
one of the greatest movies of all time. It's about
Eugene Levy.
it's about a firefighter played by Robin Williams who
Hits the
gets
lottery?
injured in a fire and gets to retire early. So he goes down to Jamaica, and Jimmy Cliff is in it, and the dude from Lawrence of Arabia is in it.
Peter O'Toole
is in it, who's fabulous in the movie.
One of the men in the world whose name, both the first and the last name,
Describes his Johnson.
is Johnson.
It's such a great movie, and we quote from it almost every day. There's a scene where the natives have become restless, and there's a rebellion going on in the country. It's a fictional country, but it's supposed to be Jamaica, basically. And the guests come down into the hotel, aka Club Paradise, and they're like, "Where's breakfast?" Because the staff are on
Strike or whatever.
strike.
Yeah.
And the woman goes, "Oh, this morning is breakfast jump up." And they're like, "What's breakfast jump up?" And she's like, "That's when you jump up and make your own breakfast." And we say that constantly to the
Because
kids.
we're constantly telling them to make their
Yeah,
own food.
they're like,
because-
"What are we having for dinner?"
Yeah, it's dinner
We're
jump
like,
up.
It's Wednesday night. It's dinner jump up. Because we got crap to do. So, yeah, let's talk about Club Paradise. If we can find it, if people can actually watch it. Doesn't the movie song start out with the Kinks singing I'm an Ape Man? Yes, Lewis, you are correct. It's a fantastic soundtrack. It's got most of the stars from Second City. SCTV, Eugene Levy and Rob Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Yep.
Are
And the woman.
hilarious.
The woman.
Who I can't think of her name right now.
I can see her
She's
face.
so good.
Parasailing.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Oh, crikey.
Robin Duke is in it, and the chicks from Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
Lorraine,
So let's try
I
to
gotta look it
watch Club Paradise. If you guys can't find it streaming, then we'll do something else. But that's what I want, Club Paradise.
and if you don't like it, tough.
But shut up.
Okay, we love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with us on The Worst Talk Show.
The worst talk show.
It's
Have a
pretty
good
bad.
day.